What's going on, Iron Fathers? If you want to join this quest, as we now start day 2 for dropping 10 pounds, your first 10 pounds to get started, like and subscribe below because, well, one day, you start kind of forming at least the process of getting a habit going. And day 2 for me, it wasn't too bad. First, let's start with the sleep. Got a little over 6 hours of sleep last night. Macros came in at around 1,200. Still didn't hit my protein target, so I'm going to work on that more today. I want to be closer to 210 grams of protein or so, but I ended up going over in carbs, and especially earlier in the day, not so much later in the day, and more on that in a minute. And then turns out my protein was a little bit lower. I came in at 180 grams, so I'm going to try to bring that up a little bit more today because I know that's been an area, really, especially for the last month, that I've been running a bit lower than I want to run on my protein totals. And that's just because I haven't been tracking my macros really considerably. But that's okay because I weighed in again at 199.6, still under 200. So we're going to keep this going. Now, my back. Oh, yeah, still working through my back issues. So not hitting legs directly, just still focusing. Today was a pull day. We did push yesterday. Some video here of me performing the straight arm pull down with a rope instead of a bar. And then, I got to say, I think I hit 2 PRs. I know I did on that one. I think I hit another PR today. So after having just over 6 hours of sleep, and it was good sleep, but not really deep REM sleep, not REM sleep, we'll say, because I had good deep sleep, but not as quality of REM sleep. So we want that REM sleep, that rapid eye movement. Usually that's where you dream and everything. I want that to be higher. And I think, though, after a good night of some pretty good rest, I was able and I felt better going into the gym. So feeling better going into the gym, that may have assisted in getting that PR. Plus the quality of sleep that I had the night before was better. But we still need to get the amount of sleep to increase. And I'm going to work on that tonight. So again, when I mentioned about the carbs, I didn't have a lot of carbs later on in the day. So I think if I really increase my carb intake just slightly before bed tonight, maybe at that last meal, that may help me get a little bit better REM sleep. But this is that kind of tricky part, that balancing act. Right now, I don't want my carbs to be too high, but at the same time, if I may want to improve the quality of my sleep, I might have to go up on the carbs. And one thing that a lot of you will notice is that when you decrease carbs, you also hurt your sleep. It's really hard for the body, and I think it has something to do with really your melatonin and serotonin release when you are more on a lower carb diet. So just something to be aware of. Sometimes, it can be the stress of training, etc., but it could be the lack of carbs in your diet. So one thing you can do is just add a few carbs in, especially at that last meal before bed, or we'll say maybe about that 5 o'clock meal, because we're going to give it some time. But we all know we usually feel sleepy after a carb meal anyway. Hit that wave, go to bed, and that should improve the quality of your sleep as well. So bringing it back to my back ended up feeling a little bit better today. And so we're just going to continue to build on that until the doc gives me the clearance to now go back and start more lower body training. After that, it was off to the store. Had to pick up some groceries. You got to do that. Iron Fathers. I mean, one of the things you got to do, you got to shop for yourself. And a lot of you guys, all right, this is why this is an Iron Father moment while we're doing this, right? Women always say, I felt so proud of myself. I was able to go buy a car or go to the mechanic without my husband for the first time. But guys often feel that, I was able to go grocery shopping by myself for the first time, at least in a while. And because it's something that a lot of you guys haven't done much, or you always went with your wife, or you just went to pick up little things. But now you're in charge of the cooking. You're in charge of getting all your meals together on your own. And you can do it, man. You can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. I didn't blow up because I'm no longer married. And if anything, I've remained smaller than I was most of the time I was married. So go figure. So you can do it, even cooking for yourself. And today, one of the things I'm going to recommend, and I'm not going to go all into everything I bought. But one of the things I'm going to recommend for you is natural peanut butter. Look at the ingredients in most of the peanut butter that you get. It's partially hydrogenated, and it's a paragraph of different preservatives that they add in there. I've always been one of the things that's always been a staple in my diet has been natural peanut butter. Definitely go pick some up, and instead of getting your normal, your normal jelly with all the sugar that had that sugar content, pick up some sugar-free jelly. It's just those little tweaks that you have to start making, and when you make those little tweaks, and then you start making them in other areas, then a positive impact will happen, and then change will take place, and then that scale will go ahead and decrease. Or if your goal is to increase muscle size, you're giving your body, the right ingredients that it needs to build on some lean body mass. So I finished yesterday with 10,300 steps. The goal today is to get 10,000 steps in. We're going to make it happen. So again, like, subscribe, go ahead and follow the journey, especially if it's one that you iron fathers and even some of you iron women, some that you're on, and just walk through dropping 10 pounds with me. And if you just kind of need something to get you started a little bit, again, I know people get motivated by training their arms in the gym. They want to go ahead and build up their arms and start, going to the gym. Okay, fine. I have a free PDF for you. It's down in the description, as well as there's a link in the bio for the PDF. Just a free PDF to get you started. Because if all you know is I want to go to the gym and do some curls and do some extensions to build some great arms, so be it. Today was a day I did lying bicep curls, but I did some lying bicep curls, and I did some machine preacher curls. For me, 2 sets, kept the weight relatively light in order to have my reps up into the 10 plus range, and no need to go extremely heavy on bicep curls. 2 sets for 2 different movements. That was all the direct arm work that I did. You don't need a ton, but you need to maximize the efficiency of the movements that you are doing. Get the PDF below. And if you're interested in some online training, go ahead. Let me know. Get at me. And that's for you iron fathers and you iron women as well. Stay tuned for day 3.